Hello viewers of the Know Your Candidate digital campaign. It's a pleasure again to have you on this show. In this particular segment, we are hosting one of the candidates running for Member of Parliament, Kasese Municipality. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming our guest on the show today. How are you doing today, Honorable?
I'm very fine.
How is the campaign so far?
So good. So sweet. I'm enjoying it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. The viewers have been anticipating for this interview to hear from you. And in a nutshell, who is the candidate on the show today?
My name is Mr. Mubaraka Stuart, original Kasese Municipality boy. I'm a businessman, currently a director of Mtanywana Millers, Bambucha Safaris, and other businesses, say Sunseed Hot Paper. I'm married in church officially. I have 3 sons. Currently, I'm a resident of Basecamp Upper.
It's good to learn a few things about your personal life and your professional life as a businessman. You mentioned something about being an original born of Kasese town. Do you care to add light on that?
Being an original boy of Kasese town, for instance, we are the pioneers of this town. We are very, very few people. I can even mention families.
Oh.
Family Mahmoud Sad, family Yofes Maserek, family Muze Alkanjer, family Amdan Khan, family Muze Fernandez. Actually, the majority of them were Nani Konjo.
Oh.
So what my father did is that he called upon the Bakonzo to come down, slope from the mountains, and come assist him develop this town. Yes.
Oh, it's interesting to learn that you come from a family that has been very integral in the development of this town. And that is very key. I'm sure the voters are taking note of that. Yeah, and now that we have an idea of you, your family, and what you're doing in the community, let's move on to the question of your values and principles in life. What are those personal principles that guide your life?
Number 1, when you stand to do something, do it. Let nobody intimidate you. Number 2, be focused on what you want to achieve. Number 3, what is your value addition on the people you are living with? Apparently, I'm looking at the local person.
Yes.
I was born in a very, very rich family, but my entire life has been about mingling with the local people. And sometimes people get shocked about it. I want to know, to understand. I want to understand how people are. I want people to learn from me. When I grew up as a child, my father told me that, look, Mubaraka, whatever belongs to me is not yours. You need to work very, very, very hard for your own personal life. Now, when you listen to my byake song, which has turned out to be my name apparently as I speak, byake song, it talks about ordinary things, because my father already inspired me that what belongs to me does not belong to you. You need to work very, very hard. Byake is not hitting anyone. Byake is actually calling upon other political party members to join me. If you are FDC and you think your candidate cannot give you a win, then say byake, come to Mubaraka. If you are NRM and you think your candidate cannot give you a win, say byake, come to Mubaraka. Apparently, I have 8,300 friends here in Kasese Municipality.
Within the town?
Yeah.
Wow.
8,300 friends. And they're all registered voters here.
Yes.
I know they will vote me.
That is very interesting to learn.
Byake again. It inspires the youth. You are able to say, someone who grew up in such a life was able to do this to get where he is right now. I have what I have. But I did ordinary things in my youthful time. But I did ordinary things in a more organized way. I was a kawasha, I was a baba, I prepared molokoni, I prepared chikomando, I prepared whatever, I rode a boda. That was in 1993 when I rode a boda. I had a cousin who was by the name of Bondex.
Hey.
Yes. He bought a boda. By that time we used to call them Met, but he didn't know how to ride. So each time I would get out of school in the evening, I would make money for him. Then he gives me little between 4 and 7.
Wow. Sometimes
people ask themselves, Mubaraka, when did he ride a boda? That was the time when I rode a boda. I have done a lot of ordinary things. All these things I'm doing them to inspire the youth. You can do something, be creative, be innovative. Most of these siggiris you see around Stanley Street that roast meat belong to me.
Wow.
I have inspired those youth to do something for themselves.
It is really interesting to hear the insights of candidate Mubarak regarding his growth and how his growing up in affluence did not deter him from indulging the local people, wanting to help them better their lives, wanting to inspire them to be better than the circumstances they were born in, as you've heard from his insights and his ideas. And I'm sure that you are very anxious to learn about now his manifesto in brief, what he seeks to do for the people of Kasese Municipality once or if elected to lead the municipality as a member of parliament. So now that we have a good idea of your principles, of your experiences while growing up and of your participation in the community, once elected to lead the municipality as a member of parliament, what is your manifesto in brief?
My manifesto in brief. I will talk about the 3 divisions we have in Kasese Municipality. Number 1, I will start with the Blemba division. Blemba division has been swept away by River Nyamwamba. That is very, very true. Now, what we can do, let no candidate, let no politician lie you that that person is able to revamp the Kireme mines. Even if you bring which investor, even if it is Trump or Bill Gates, no one can revamp that Kireme mines.
Why do you think so?
My father used to work in Kilembe mines.
Yes.
He gave me a story of Kilembe mines. It can never happen again. It can never. But what we are going to do is 1. I want to transform Kilembe mines into a university of science and technology.
Oh, that is a unique idea. It's the first time I'm hearing that in this campaign.
A university of science and technology. We have this other side of Kilembe, Makgoan, we have Chinjojo, some people call it Kizungu. Those structures are already there. All we need is to transform them into lecture rooms. We already have houses built where our lecturers can be. That is number 1. Number 2, I have land in Kilembe where the river cannot reach. I want to put a personal hospital in memory of my father, in memory of the people of Kilembe mines and my family as a whole. Now, the farmers on the mountains will be able to supply the university with food. That is Kilembe mines.
Yes.
Blemba division, I'm talking about now, Blemba division.
Yes.
Road barrier still, we need to put another either a dispensary or a healthy service facility there. Now, when we come at to Nyamwamba division, We have the irrigation scheme there. We have structures that have been abandoned. These structures, I have visited the irrigation scheme. I have seen what government has done. There is constant supply of food throughout the year. But now, how do we add value on what the farmers are growing in the scheme? The structure is already there. All I need is to get small machines, agro-processing machines that can add value onto what the farmers are producing in the scheme.
Yes.
By that, we will be creating jobs. Central division. All what people need in central is in central division. These are business, purely business people. All they need is money. I already told people that I am going to Kampala to bring money here. And I'm bringing it in sacks.
Oh!
I'm bringing it in sacks.
How do you plan to do that?
There is money in Kampala, I'm telling you if you didn't know. A lot of money. I want to bring this money here, give it to people at no interest.
As seed capital?
At no interest. It is money that you'll bring back so that we also give it to other people. But it will have no interest. That is the plan I have for the central business people here.
To boost their business?
Yes. Now when you go to parliament, what they do, they give you money to buy a car. This parliament, people were given 300 million. Now I hope our parliament will give us 400 million. What I'm going to do with the 400 million, I am going to buy 2 buses, specifically for traders here in Kasese. One will be in Kampala, another one will be in Kasese. This one leaves Kasese, another one leaves Kampala. Of whereby our traders will be paying just a small fee of 10,000 shillings. Specifically for traders, because I want to boost business here in Kasese. The Kirembe people here, because they're also in central or whatever.
Yes.
Most of them are farmers. We need to put up a weather station there so that we are able to tell our farmers that look, the rains are there or they are not there.
Yes.
This season is going to be bad, so that people should not go to plow in darkness.
And basing on chance.
Basing on chance. It will also assist the people in the Blembia division about the Nyamwamba issue. We should be able to alert the local people that something is going to happen. We need a weather station. One thing I forgot about Blembia division. We need to also resettle people.
Yes.
Because it is really a danger zone. We need to resettle people. One, I have land. I want to create something like habitat for humanity.
Yeah.
I get my people from Blembia division, construct for them houses that are pocket friendly. Something that a person is able to pay back in 15 years. So that we settle our people.
Yes.
From the danger of River Nyamwamba.
I understand Habitat for Humanity built houses for 2 million for people to pay in 20 years.
In 20 years. So we can build houses of 15, 12 million for people to pay in 10, 15 years.
Yes, yes. Anyone can afford that. Oh, that is really a unique idea. The unique ideas that stand out in your discussion are the idea of transforming the mine into a science and technology university, and then the idea of creating affordable housing for the residents of Kasese Municipality, particularly in the flood-hit areas of Blembia Division. I'm sure that the voters of Kasese Municipality are paying keen interest in that.
Now, another point about River Nyamwamba. River Nyamwamba. One, if we can pile soil on the side where people live, Then we also plant bamboo trees. First pine soil, create a hill, then put bamboo. That one is also a solution on taming Nyamwamba. About water transport, Lake George and Lake Edward. We need to do something to improve and look at water transport as a means that can create more employment and bring income to the people of Kasese.
That is a very interesting point. I know it will even boost agro transport.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Wow. Now that we have a good idea of your manifesto for each of the three divisions of this municipality, I paid attention to the fact that you have specific interventions for specific divisions, because you understand that each division has its own problems. So now we shall go on to the final question, which is the question of I know young people want to vote someone who they can relate with, who they can hang out with. How do you spend your leisure time when out of the campaign, when you're not in your businesses? Where can a young person do you maybe run? How do you spend your leisure time?
You know, ever since I was a child, I was a Boy Scout. I was a Boy Scout in my primary school, in my secondary school, and also at university. One thing I forgot to tell you is that I'm a social worker
by profession.
So dealing with people is something I understand more than all the candidates that are in the race with me. How I spend my leisure time? I'm a party animal. That is the truth. Big party animal. The youth, if you really want someone who really understands your games, it's me. There is no one else. I'm the only person who understands you. Take it from me. I hang out, I go to saunas, I go for gym. Sometimes I walk around. I can take a beer sometimes. I'm a dancer, I dance.
Oh,
yeah.
That is a very interesting thing.
I'm a film actor, a movie actor. I have my movies. I've done. One is Hidden Treasure. Another one is The Blame. The one I'm working on right now is about the Return of the King.
The Return of the King.
I'm just doing it in line with our cultural institution here. Because it's one of my agendas, actually.
Yes, the cultural institution. What plans do you have for the cultural institution?
The cultural institutions make it better. That is all I need. The cultural institution is an institution that can employ thousands and thousands of people if well planned and well managed. For instance, when you look at the education part of it, we have the Ministry of Education. That section alone can bring a lot of money for the cultural institution. Say, for instance, if we set exams of Obusinga Warwenzuru, we have how many students in Kasese?
There are so many.
And if we told every student to pay 1,000 shillings for the exam, how many students do we have?
Tens of thousands of students.
So Obusinga Warwenzuru is able to raise over 200 million every 3 months.
By just being organized.
From the education sector. So this money is injected into other projects that are able to assist the subjects of the king.
Wow, that is a very good point. Now, as we wind up this interview, what is your final word to the people of Kasese Municipality? My final word to the people of Kasese Municipality. January, I'm not sure about the date of voting. I call upon the youth, men, women of Kasese Municipality above the age of 18 years and who are voters to go cast a vote for Mubaraka Stuart, aka byake. I
I am the only person who understands this municipality. Mukonjo says that hali omutroma no mubiriti, so I am the mutroma of Kasese Municipality.
Thank you for sparing time of your campaign to come and join us in this digital campaign, and I'm sure that your voters will have a lot of good time interacting with your interview. I wish you the very best in your campaign.